What's going on, everybody? All right, so it's been a while. I do apologize. I'm in the process of, life, getting a house, stacking money. So I've been working my ass off. So that's why I haven't been around. Um, I know these videos are kind of like all over the place. So I do apologize. As you can see, it's not like edited or anything because I don't really know what I'm doing, to be quite honest. But today, I want to talk about something. If any of you guys actually watched any of my channels or any of my videos, I talked about a place that I went to when I was younger, and it's kind of wild because you don't really talk about it because it's been years ago, and people don't really I don't know, I guess sort of believe you in a sense. But I mean, now that's finally out, and of course now it's on Netflix, people get it. The show's called The Program. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it or watched it, have heard about it, but it follows this girl, and she's going to this school in Ivy Ridge, which is in New York. It was part of a umbrella organization called WASP, WWASP, which is a Worldwide Association of Specialty Programs. And me and my sister both went to a place called Spring Creek Lodge Academy in Montana, and I don't know. It's really weird now that people are actually talking about it, and there's actually a documentary about it. And it kind of like leads, kind of like how my path in life kind of went after that. Um, like I said, me and my sister both went to it, and I mean, it was. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was labeled as a behavior modification school, and I mean they definitely modified your behavior. It was definitely a lot of how do you say, a lot of brainwashing techniques they did. Um, there was a lot of abuse, sexual abuse on the girl's part, a lot of physical abuse, physical restraints. I mean, I myself have been messed up several times from being here. If you didn't follow rules, they would, whoop you and starve you, and it's just kind of crazy. I mean, it's a lot to go into. So I just want to talk a little bit of my experience about it because it's just, well, it's nice that it's finally out there because when I got out, I didn't want to talk to anybody about it because it sounds absolutely crazy. And the few times I did talk about it, people like, oh, that doesn't exist. That would be illegal. Blah blah blah. But these things do exist, and from my understanding, they're still happening, and today, right now, 2024. So that's kind of bizarre. Um, so let's back it up. So my sister went first, right? Sorry. My sister went, I think it was 2002 or 2003. And I remember one morning I just woke up, she was gone, just straight gone. And basically, what happened was my mom paid people to come into her house and straight, take her, kidnap her, essentially, and bring her to this place. So it was just crazy because the next day I woke up and I was like, yo, where's my sister at, And, well, 6 months later, I would find out because my mom sent me to the same place. Well, after my sister got sent away, my mom sent me up to my aunt who lived in Colorado at the time. And so I went up there, got into a lot of trouble. I was still very young. I was like 12, maybe 13. I don't know. Going through adolescent stage, things were crazy. We didn't have the best upbringing, and I'm not here. This isn't a poor me sympathy video or anything like that, but just a little background information. Me and my sister didn't have the best life. We were raised by a single mom in Vegas. She was never around. She was working full time, going to school full time, to try to give us a better life, as she called it. But reality, the second she had money, she sent us away. And then once we got out of that, she just pretty much up and skedaddled and left us on our own. But we'll get to that later. So I was in Colorado. I got sent away basically the same way. But these guys just came to my aunt's house. I just got expelled from school because, a couple kids tried to jump me and I defended myself. But I was the new kid, and this was a very small mountain town in Colorado. So I got expelled, and these guys came, picked me up. There's two of them, put me in handcuffs, and I was handcuffed the whole way. Brought me to the airport, which is crazy to think about this now, because this was back in like '02 or '03. But I mean, imagine watching a child being escorted by like two big ass dudes, in handcuffs. Pretty bizarre when you think about it, but that's besides the point. So I get to Spring Creek, right? After flying, I flew into Washington. They drove me all the way down there. I was handcuffed the whole time. It wasn't a fun thing. So when I get there, first thing they do is shave my head. It was like midnight, 1 o'clock. Shave my head, don't know what's going on, strip me, make me squat, cough, do all that stuff. Like, if you go to jail, same kind of procedure. And they throw you in a cabin. It was 10 bunks, so 20 kids per cabin. You don't really know what's going on. And it's kind of bizarre because you have to follow these rules, and the only real way to get out of it was, one, die, two, finish the program or work the program, as they said, which that was very hard in itself, honestly, because you got, if I can remember correctly, I think it was like 12 or 20 maybe points a day, and it was, you had to get to level 6, and you had to do all these seminars and all this crazy stuff. And but I mean, the simplest things would get you in trouble, like looking at girls, for instance, burping, farting, speaking. We weren't even allowed to speak. We had to get permission to just talk at all, just basic human functions. We had to get permission, and if we didn't get permission, then, well, we lose that. And if you were acting a fool, if you spoke out of line, if you had a, I don't know, overreaction on something, you would get restraint, which is sometimes 4 or 5 grown-ass adults throwing these little kids around, fucking them up. I got my head smacked into a bunk. I was getting restrained once, and that was the first time I was really like, oh shit, man, these guys aren't messing around. But I remember the first time I really got in trouble, I saw my sister for the first time, because I had no idea she was there. They didn't tell me. My mom didn't tell me. I had no idea where she was. She was just gone. And I remember I saw her, and I just started like bawling because I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on, and I saw her there, and I was looking at her, and of course I got my points taken for the day. I told him to go, F himself. And they didn't like that very much, so they restrained me. I tried to fight back, and they slammed me in the cement ground, and they brought me a thing called Intervention, the Hole, the Hobbit. It was all the same place, but they just had different names for it or whatever. And there, man, I mean, there was no windows. Some rooms did, but it was just like a concrete slab, and you're just kind of there. I mean, I've been restrained in there, like kind of held down. You had to lay on the ground with your chin out and your back toes like sitting up, and you had to lay there with your hands flat on the ground. I can't do it because, I don't want to move the camera and all that, but I mean, it was a pretty traumatic kind of thing. So, I mean, with that, it's just crazy because, like, this is the first time, like, speaking this, like, well, publicly for one, and two, especially on YouTube. But I figured with the program being out, people are out there, and since then, I've always found like support groups online of people that's been through the same program as me, so that was always good. But it was never really active. They just kind of updated like the people that died through the year, because this had a long lasting, obviously going through any kind of trauma. But I mean, when you're like 12-year-old kid getting taken from your parents, and they beat you and they starve you and they just mentally destroy you, it kind of, throws a damper on life. So um, it's kind of bizarre, honestly, and going through it is definitely like rough. I mean, it still messes with me to my day about like how I approach people and how I trust people and whatnot. But I just think these kind of things should be spoke about more because these things exist and a lot of people have been through them. I know tragedy is tragedy. I mean, that was just really the first start of my life. Since then, life's been crazy. I mean, I've gotten involved in some crazy stuff, No, I was ended up doing some time, got indicted on a RICO case. It's just I got involved with the wrong people. I've watched a lot of people get hurt. I've hurt a lot of people. I've been hurt quite a bit too. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not looking for like sympathy or anything like that. But the fact that someone actually made an actual documentary about it is kind of bizarre, honestly. Because um, I don't know, going through years of that, and as a young child when you're developing stuff like that. I mean, now I'm 35. I was there from like 12 or 13 to 15. I got out in '05. So, I mean, I can't remember dates. Aren't my best thing. Done too many drugs and kind of rocked my memory over the years. So, um, but I don't know. I mean, it's just very bizarre how things have turned out for a lot of people. Like I said, me and my sister both went there. When my sister got out, well, when we both got out, we got out at the same time. My sister went down a very different path than what I did. Um, I mean, I didn't go down the best path, but she got very, very heavily in the drugs to the point where she was doing a lot of terrible things to get them. She's been in and out of, you know, jails, prison, mental hospitals, stuff like that. So that has been an experience in itself. Um, yeah, and I mean, like I said, I've definitely gotten in trouble. But now, in my older days, I'm a lot more tame and calm. I'm sober from everything. As I started this channel, I was quitting kratom, and that was the last like addictive thing I was really doing. And I know that's like, oh, that ain't bad, but I went down that path. I did meth, I did coke, I did a lot of psychedelics, I did heroin. I got really bad addicted to pharmaceuticals. Back in the early 2000s. I got hurt real bad, and I was just getting prescribed them, just hundreds a month. I was hopping doctors, just getting all I could. And then once that went off, that's when I obviously went to other things. But that's besides the point. I'm getting off track here. I don't know. I mean, I just think like mental health is very important. Like I said, now that I'm older, I don't really say I'm depressed or anything. I mean, the way the world is now, the world's kind of gone to shit, being quite honest. Um, People have lost a lot of will to live. I mean, I don't know what's going on. People are super hateful on the internet. And it's just bizarre to me because you don't really know what people are going through in the end. You don't really know what's actually going on. I mean, me personally, I think a lot of people just need to suck it up because now this younger generation, I see people are anxious to go outside. People are anxious to talk to people, but they'll sit here and make these crazy videos and they'll stream. And now we live in an era where people just sit in front of a computer and play games or talk about nothing, and they're multimillionaires. So it's kind of like a distorted reality. It's definitely 1984-esque vibes that I'm getting, but I don't know. I just want to give like a shout out to anyone that's gone through those programs or people that are really dealing with some mental health stuff. Because I mean, I never really thought I would live past 25, maybe 30 at the latest. But here I am, about to be 35 next month. You know, worked worked my ass off, honestly. I was a chef for like 20 years, and I've achieved executive chef positions. I worked all over Vegas, Colorado. As you can see, Las Vegas is my hometown. So, but I completely switched careers. I got completely sober off of everything. Um, you know, I have a family now, so I don't know. I guess this is more of a message of like just things can get really dark in life. You know, I've been through the thick of it. I've watched people die. I've watched my best friend die in front of me. I've been to this place, Spring Creek. You know, I've been in prison. I've been all over the place. You know, but you just got to keep on moving. You know, because at the end of the day, you truly only really got yourself. Um, and mental health is definitely a big thing. Everyone deals with it differently. My sister's like I wouldn't say like almost 2 years older than me, something like that, maybe 18 months. I don't know, but she's not super older than me, but I'm not like, you know, back to back. But she's just now getting her life together. I'm really proud of her. You know, she found God, um, you know, and good for her. You know, I'm not one on religion. That was another thing. They would make us do these seminars. I mean, for like 20 straight hours. I mean, we're talking barely eating anything, barely drinking. They would make you hit the ground on these towels and just like scream and scream and scream. And they would just like mentally break you down, you know, to absolutely nothing. They would do these seminars. They would make you like admit the things that wasn't even true. Like, oh yeah, man, I was out here selling crack and doing heroin when I was like 5 years old, you know, like just crazy stuff, you know. And it definitely has a toll on people. You know, you're forcing people to lie. Um, you're forcing people to admit things that aren't true at all about yourself, destroy your character on who you are. And, you know, I see some people can't handle that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of people from the programs, and I'm sure all sorts of stuff. You know, I've been blessed that I have not been in, you know, SA kind of situations, stuff like that. But I know those kind of things definitely have a long lasting effect on people and mental health all around. And I just hope, you know, everyone kind of pulls through it all. You know, I feel bad for all, I want to say my brothers and sisters of these programs that ended up taking their life, because there's a lot of them. There are plenty of kids that have died in these programs, from suicide all the way to being beat to death, starved to death, because they wouldn't take you to the hospital. They wouldn't take you to anything, you know. It had to be life or death, really. Everybody has different situations. All the programs are very different, because we had programs in the Czech Republic. We had a program in Jamaica called Tranquility Bay, Casa by the Sea. That was in Mexico. I know there was Majestic Ranch down in Utah. That was for like the younger kids, which is bizarre to me. Um, you know, there was New York, I think North Carolina. There was a bunch of them. I'm just slowly finding out about how big their reach was. And they just kind of, and the crazy part is that these people that were in charge of this, nothing has happened to them. No one's been to jail, nothing. They just shut down one program and opened up another one. And they purposely did it in these states where there was no CPS. You know, there was nothing we could do. They monitored our letters. They monitored if you were privileged enough to get a phone call with your parents. You couldn't say anything. I mean, they were on the other line. If you said anything bad, boom, they would just end your call right there. You know, I had more freedom in prison than I did at this place. You were stuck there, and they basically had like a guardianship kind of role with you. So you couldn't really leave. And if your parents had to go through these seminars too, these little brainwashing seminars. And watching the documentary, I realized where they took them. They took them from like these this cultish brainwashing things from like the 70s and 80s. They did the same exact techniques, the same exact like exercises, stuff like that, which is like absolutely insane to me. Sorry, my camera's right here. I keep looking over here, so whatever, deal with it. And it's just wild because I mean, here we are in a world where we could get information at our fingertips, like not back in the early 2000s. So, I mean, I see parents doing terrible things to their children at home, sending them to places. I mean, I just feel like we have an epidemic of mental health and just like neglect and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Said I would say I'm pretty level-headed, even though I'm all crazy. I got all these tattoos and stuff. I feel like I'm pretty level-headed compared to a lot of people I meet. And of course, I get judged constantly by tattoos. I mean, I, you know, I see these wonderful people leaving great comments, and it's just absolutely mind blowing to me how people could be like that. But also, 2024, I'm really not surprised at this point. I don't know, man. The world's a crazy place. This country's just getting on real crazy stuff right now. But you just got to take care of your mental health. Really, take care of your physical health. Stop eating seed oils. Stop eating processed fats. Don't believe any of the bullshit. Get grass fed everything. Stop drinking soda. Stop drinking all that crap. Stop eating all that bull crap. And be healthy physically. And I realize if you're physically healthy, your mental health goes hand in hand with it. So if you're good, your mind's good. Oh. But yeah, I just wanted to come on, say a little something like that. My videos kind of go all over the place. Loki, come here, boy. Come here. Sorry, my dog's in here. He's a good boy. Don't you bark. Yeah, so I mean, that's basically all I got for now. Take care of yourself, be happy, be healthy. Come here, boy, sugar boy. Come here, come here. Oh, my buddy, my doggo wants to say hi. Oh yeah, he's a good boy. Oh God, you're a good boy. He's a big boy. Oh yeah. Ow. Anyways, oh yeah, he's a good boy. Oh God. Yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna end that here. Just stay healthy. Be nice to people. I mean, damn. Who cares who you vote for? Who cares what you like? Just leave all that weird stuff with each other. Oh, another thing about that. Yeah, I don't know what's really going on in this world right now, but everyone just put everyone's differences aside. We realize we're all people and we want the same thing. We all want happiness. Some things are a bit more extreme than the other, honestly. And I just I just don't know. I just don't know how a lot of stuff gets by. But that being said, keep it real. Love yourself. Love people around you. If everyone's nice, everyone just say hi to people, talk to people, man. It's crazy. You get off the damn internet, you realize people are pretty cool, even if they don't agree with you, even if they vote for the other guy, even if they like other people. You actually get to know people, they're pretty damn cool. I mean, there's a lot of ignorance out there, but there's a lot of cool people out there too. So yeah, I plan on, like I said, I plan on moving. So who knows where that goes? I'll look for a house. God, that is a insane process right now. So that's interesting in itself. But I plan on getting a camera. I'm gonna show you guys some motorcycle, kind of vlogging thing going on. I'm not smart with tech. That's why this is all just one unraw. I mean, not unraw, one raw, like unedited take. So sorry, but it is what it is. Yeah. So I'm gonna get you guys some motorcycle vlogging, and you know, see how this goes. I appreciate everyone that actually watches this, especially towards the end. Um, I'm always here to talk. I try to look at my comments. I don't know why, but sometimes I won't get any comments, and then I'll just get like a random notification one day, and I'll go in, and there's like 40 people that commented, and I have no idea. So I'm not ignoring you guys. I just don't really see them, and I'm not like terminally online, so I don't check it as much. But anyways, that's all I got for now. Love yourself, take care of yourself, and much love to all the wasp survivors out there. You guys know who you are. All right, I'm out.